Where am I when I am online? As I sit at my desk, with feet planted on the floor, while I stare into the screen, yet also cast my digital footprints across the web, can I really be situated in two places at once? In the physical walled boundaries of my room, and in the supposedly limitless virtual space of the network? As I roll through small train stations wrapped in snatched bits of dialogue displayed on another smaller screen, am I moving through two spaces simultaneously? A look at these questions can begin by exploring the concept of mixed reality. This paradigmatic notion, born of the intersection between experimental art and research into helmet-driven virtual reality, proposes a collapsing of the traditionally distinct walls between the physical and the virtual space. It reimagines the body as playing a key role in the interface with the virtual, a role that earlier notions of virtual reality from the days before the rise of the web had sought to displace or even transcend. Hansen describes all reality as mixed reality. For him, it is motor activity itself, rather than likenesses and representations of the domains that we inhabit, that explains the convergence between the supposedly distinct realms of physicality and virtuality, thus making the expanded range afforded to human agency one of the key features of modern digital technologies. He proposes that the mixed reality paradigm is a fundamental reconfiguration of the total convergence of representationalist fantasy with natural perception that virtual reality was supposed to symbolize, treating it instead as just one more space amongst all those that are entered into via embodied perception or action. The tactile aspect of perception also plays a vital role in this perspective, with sensory reality playing a significant part in informing the experience of perceiving. Here we understand that the mixing of realms results from the sensational analog, creating the sense of reality. The sound waves that we hear, the light waves that we see, the heat that we feel and experience as warmth or as pain. Hansen's mixed reality is the condition for all that we experience in the computationally affected world today, rather than being merely another perspective on fully immersive digitized environments. When my wife and I conduct Facebook conversations while seated on the same couch in the same room, when the digital database that holds vital company data becomes the focus during a board meeting I am sitting in, when I exchange tweets with those holding their smartphones aloft in Tahrir Square, we participants are all engaged within the converged environmental circumstances of a mixed reality. In the first euphoric stages of mass participation in the internet as a communicative medium, new network sages postulated about this space as enabling a transcendence of the body and allowing a gathering of pure minds. These notions were even posited in some cases by former doyens of the search for inner space rather than by youthful upstarts. I attended a lecture in 1994 in a Florida campus theater by Dr. Timothy Leary, who wowed the young crowd of the Clinton generation, the children of the first wave of hippies, with his visions of the potential of cyberspace. Context-based, computer-mediated communication really enable the transcending of the body into a space of pure information? Such notions demand interrogating, as the presence of the body in a virtual environment can be a vital signifier of meaning, and how these realities are perceived and understood to be true. Bowler cites the concept of new digital Cartesianism while cross-examining these proposals. In its original form, the Cartesian position holds that the mind and the body are essentially distinct from each other, and that the mind is thus, in principle, separable from the body. For Bowler, the hypes and hopes surrounding virtual environments, within which the body is supposedly transcended, are contradicted by the actualities of computer-mediated communication, in which stereotypes are commonly and regularly invoked in the face of textual utterances. She questions whose goal it is to transcend the body, and suggests that such aims dismiss the importance placed by feminist and post-colonialist critiques upon the embodied experience. In order to make sense of or better comprehend another and their textual utterances online, many users request the offering of data about the real-life identity of the other, needing such familiarities as a means of interpreting communication or confirming a projection of their identity, and thus reinforcing the stereotype. We find that the discourse of cyber hope indeed strives to use technology for escaping the trappings of our bodies by entering into a post-geographical world where freedom of expression reigns and the violence of the nation-state and the segregated community no longer limit the individual. Connecting becomes more a means of self-realization. I link, therefore I am, than a mechanism for embracing our differences and diversities. We link, therefore we can. To paraphrase Bowler, why not let our differences, physical or geographical, shape the digital future we are trying to build, rather than attempting to erase that which gives us our diversity?